Hi guys, Robotic Jaguar here today, and today I'm making my 1920 Premier League predictions. So these are my predictions for this season of the Premier League, and I hope you agree with them. Some you might not, but ultimately it's only a predictions video. So we're going to start off with 20th, last place, and I'm going for Sheffield United. Sheffield United are one of the three teams that came up this season from the Championship. They haven't been good in the transfer window, and really their team is in Premier League standard. I see them coming 20th, and that's how it is really. And then we're moving on to 19th, and I'm gone for Newcastle. Newcastle, they got rid of Rafa Benitez. They've put in Steve Bruce. They took out three attackers, Perez, Joselu, and Rondon, and put in Joelinton. I don't think it's a good idea for them. I don't see them staying in the Premier League. For 18th, I've gone for Brighton. The Seagulls, I don't think, will last another season in this Premier League. Last season, they were absolutely lucky to survive, and they made the biggest mistake by sacking Chris Hughton. Chris Hughton was one of the best managers for Brighton. He did a very good job. I think this will impact them for the worst. Moving on to 17th, where we've gone for Southampton. Like Brighton, they've done literally a escape battle for the last season. They won their last game of the season that put them up to survive for this season. I think they're just about going to survive this season. I don't know, for maybe next season, I don't know where they're going to stand. For 16th, I've gone for Crystal Palace. I like Crystal Palace as a football team, but the thing is that their players are not giving up. Their players are giving up. Wilfred Zaha wants to leave, and really the whole team is just crumbling under Roy Hodgson. So I don't see them doing well this season. 15th, I'm gone for Burnley. Burnley are a nice team. You know, they're not hated in any way or shape or form. But I don't think that their team is good enough for the top half of the league anymore. I think if they're surviving around 15th and they're doing fine, I think that would be great for Sean Dyche and his players. Next, we're moving on to 14th, where I put in Norwich. Norwich are the second team in this group where they've come up from the Championship, and they have a nice, good quality of players in their team, and I don't think they'll get relegated this season. I think they will stay up and have a good season in their first season back. For 13th, I've gone for Aston Villa. Villa have absolutely shocked us when it came to the transfer market. They spent all out. They went over 100 million, and I don't think they're going to end up like Fulham did. But players like Jack Grealish and McGinn, I think they will do very well in this Premier League, and I'm going to put them 13th. For 12th, I'm going for Watford. Watford, after they lost 7-0 to Manchester City in the FA Cup final last year, don't see them doing well. I think 12th is a good enough place for them in this season. Yeah, that's really how it's gonna. That's how I see it. We're going for 11th, and I'm going with West Ham United. Pellegrini is the manager, and he got rid of Arnautovic, which is a good idea, but they brought in someone else who's not as good. I personally think that West Ham probably won't get in top 10, and I'll say they're just about out of it, so 11th for them. For 10th, we're going for the Cherries, Bournemouth. Bournemouth have a really good team this year with King and Wilson up front, Fraser in midfield, and really good defence overall. I think it will be a great season for them. 10th would be a great spot for Eddie Howe. For ninth, I've gone for Wolves. Wolves have Europa League this season. I think this might have a little toll on them since it's their first time with Europa League. I personally think that they will do well, but I think ninth will be a best place for them as they have Europa League and they might focus on that more than the Premier League. For eighth, I've gone for Leicester. Leicester have brought in Perez and Tillmans, which is a good essential for their new squad. I think they've got a better team than last year, but I don't think it's a Europa League. Just not yet. Maybe next year, we'll see. For seventh, I've gone for Chelsea. Chelsea had appointed Frank Lampard as manager at the start of the season, and what a worse time to do it for him. He has no transfers to make. He lost Hazard, and he lost David Luiz to Arsenal. I don't see this as a good season. I think it's a bumpy season for Chelsea. For sixth, I've gone for the Toffees, Everton. Everton, I think, are the most underrated team in the Premier League so far, with players like Gylfi Sigurdsson, Richarlison, and the new one Keane from Juventus. I think their attacking football will be very good this year, and I think they have a chance of getting into Europa League football. For fifth, I've gone for Arsenal. So Arsenal have made some great signings in the summer. They've got Ceballos from Real Madrid, they got Pepe, and they also got David Luiz. But I don't think their defence is good enough for a top four. Their attack is, but not their defence. Midfield is good enough for it, I'd say. For fourth, I've gone for Spurs. In my opinion, if Spurs had to make all those transfer rumours true by signing Dybala, Fernandes, as well as Lo Celso and Ndombele, they would definitely win the Premier League, in my opinion. Because those four would easily destroy any team, because with their class and skill. But they haven't, and that's why they're gone to fourth. For third, I've chosen Liverpool. Now, you might be surprised, like, okay, who's going to win, Manchester United or City? You'll see. But I think Liverpool will get a blow at the early stages, which will cost them the Premier League title again. I just don't see Liverpool doing it this year, maybe not. I see a blow happening. For second, I've gone for Manchester City. Manchester City have been very good in transfer window with signings like Cancelo and Rodri. But I think they're going to focus more on the Champions League final. I think they'll get to the Champions League final and try and win it instead of winning the Premier League again. Which leads on to first, which I've chosen Manchester United. Now, I am a Manchester United fan, but this is not the reason why I chose it. I chose it because people are underestimating Harry Maguire, a new signing for 85 million. That's what they did with Virgil van Dijk when they signed for Liverpool for 75 million. I think for Harry Maguire, he will have an unreal season and bring United the title. So that was my predictions video on the Premier League this year. I hope you enjoyed it. Obviously, they're only predictions and they're not really going to happen. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be continuing posting other content on my YouTube channel. And I do predict a few more things, right? So for the FA Cup, I will say that Man United will win it. I think they'll go for the double this year. For the Carabao Cup, I'm going to pick Wolves to win it. I just see them doing it. For the Europa League, I'd probably go for, I don't know, maybe United might win a lot this year. I'm feeling a good rave this year. I know that the midfield is shite and all that, but obviously our defence is rock solid and we have a decent keeper in goals, so a lot of goals will not go in. That's been me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and that is all. See ya.